So we come to the sixth move, two hands climb the legs to strengthen kidneys. Within the traditional form, this goes up and down the urinary bladder meridians with the hands, and it runs back up the kidney meridians, Shinsu. We're going down the Pilates line with this. So again, this is Pilates qigong sequence that I'm adding the Pilates setup in. So we're zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out abdominals, taking the navel towards the spine. So it helps us breathe into these lower lobes of lungs. And we're just linking this motion to movement. These motions in qigong are so good that they're wasted if we don't use them in Pilates as well. Obviously a different emphasis on that. We're zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out abdominals, and simply calibrating and synchronizing the breath, integrating the breath with the motion, and doing that nice and evenly, breathing in through the nose, exhaling through pursed lips. So as you do that now, you zip up pelvic floor, scoop out abdominals, breathe in through the nose, and exhale through pursed lips. If you want to start with a little bit of breathing, you can do. Middle fingers touching underneath the breastbones to see where the breath's going into them lower lobes of lungs, the intercostals, the opposite, the traditional, which breathes into the belly like a balloon. We're gathering in, so that helps us breathe into these lower lobes of lungs, helps us use the corset muscle 3 layers deep, and the pelvic floor to support the spine. So we're going to go for the motion, nice basic motion. I'll show you the traditional version, and then we're going to add the Pilates principles in, zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out abdominals the whole way as you're doing that, okay? So from here, it is flexion of the spine, but I would say it's not like, say, Uttanasana in yoga where you're sort of stretching to stretch. Even then, you're not forcing anything, obviously, but I digress there. We're just coming down nice and relaxed. If you want to soften the knees as you flex, then soften the knees. If you're feeling that on the back, then do that. Or don't come down so low, shorten the range. See what suits you. So from here, I'm going to go back, stand naturally, I won't be too specific on that. From here, you're going to breathe in, come up, ascending up, exhaling down, collapsing inwards, dying off, thinking tiny waist, navel towards the spine, as if you've got a little ripcord around your belly button, pulling in towards the spine, that magnet on the spine, pulling the belly button in. Knees are soft, straight but not locked. Again, slightly parted, okay, or wider if need. Again, if they need to be softer or you come down less, then do that, or support yourself here even. But if you can come down here, that's great. And then you're gonna breathe in, come up. But as we do that, let's just go for something specific. So again, from here, we're gonna exhale down here, the bladder line, the meridian, and then we're gonna breathe in, come up the kidney meridian here. And generally, you exhale down, drawing that essence from above there into the body, or that chi down in towards the body. But we're not going into that. I've gone into that in other videos. But we're exhaling down to put the hands on Shinsu, the kidneys. So put that all together. So we're going to breathe in here. Start with the hands on the back, okay? And we're going to exhale down the sides of the legs. Again, round up the middle, the inside of the leg, up the centre of the body, exhaling down. All the time we're zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out abdominals, making this Pilates style, breathing in to the kidneys here, gathering navel towards the spine, hands on the back there, and you exhale down. Nice simple motion, all the joints are nice and soft, free and movable. Exhaling down, thinking tiny waist here, navel towards the spine. Breathing in, coming up. I'm going to turn around here. And exhale down. Nice simple motion really. We're going to breathe in, hands towards the back. And exhale down. Collapsing inwards, dying off, thinking tiny waist, navel towards the spine. Again, the hands come around here, breathing, come up. Again, this is all the meridians basically, that's where the hands go in the traditional form. Breathing in, coming up, going above the crown chakra there, going into the higher crown chakra, but again, that's above the head there, then exhaling down and breathing in, hands here. The whole time you're zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals. I'm not going to go into too much detail with that because that's a nice basic motion, and I don't want to add too much detail because you want to relax with that one. It's just basically flexion, extension, but obviously within the traditional form you go down the meridian lines, but we're coming out of that into the Pilates setup. Obviously all the organs be nourished with the breath, the motion, the movement. Just focusing on the breath tunes you vibrationally to your source, your chi, or that source, whatever you want to call it, that universal intelligence, whatever it is, you're tuning to that when you go into the breath within the breath. As Kabir says, the breath within the breath. So you get lost in the breath, the motion and the movement. Obviously we've added zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out abdominals, to add that Pilates concept with that. But just remember, if you've come back from a really bad back, you might just want to come down just to here. Modify the speed, tempo and the range, you know, not basically shortening the range. Could be just coming down to here, could be softer knees, more bent knees, you know. Again, the wisdom of the body will tell you to shorten the range, or if not, if you just come back to a really bad back problem, obviously if anything aggravates, don't do it at all. Remember, you know your nervous system better than anyone. So that is number 6. So we've got number 7, which is punching with an angry gaze to increase strength. But that was number 6 of the Pilates 8-move qigong sequence. Lovely, bang.